Reload all, go there, speed up. With the skill restrictions placed on alpha clones, players can still experience the basics of what Eve has to offer. They can fight, mine, do basic production, trade, and explore dangerous parts of space for expensive loot, all with just a few days of skill training for each profession. I've been here for more than a few days, I can tell you that much. There's also ways of playing that aren't clearly defined by the game, like spying, scamming, and any other nefarious activity you can dream of. So, I guess my ideal would be a scout. What I want to do is to be a scout for a corporation. Like go scout out, because I'm I just get blown up. I just use my face to scout other enemy ships and enemy strength. I think that's my advantage, and because I don't have implants, for example, I don't lose implants when I use my face to scout enemy systems, for example. New blood for the Blood God at Eve Vegas. Hold on, let me just keep doing this. At Eve Vegas, I made a point of asking players I met what they thought was Eve's biggest hurdle. Without a doubt, the most common answer was attracting new players. Haha, that's true. And, watching me play this quite likely does not make you want to play the game. I mean, real talk. How many of you watched these videos and thought, hey, I want to play this game? Don't lie to me. I know the answer is 0. It might not surprise you, but an incredibly complex 13-year-old MMO where death means the permanent loss of your ship isn't exactly everyone's cup of tea. I don't know. It's not. I mean, just don't fly expensive ships. What are you doing? That's without mentioning Eve Online's reputation for crippling betrayals and general brutality. It's not the crippling betrayal and the general brutality. It's that everyone's a douchebag. It's not even brutality. It's that there's no penalty for being a douchebag, and so people become douchebags. I mean, it's not the brutality. It's the lack of incentives for people to be helpful. In fact, the incentive is for you to scam people. Because like in the real world, if you're a douchebag, if you're enough of a douchebag, you get thrown in prison. That's the disincentive, right? So the incentive of not being a douchebag is staying out of prison. Making matters worse, EVE Online's population has been in decline since around 2013. Oh, really? Attracting new players has felt like mission impossible for CCP. It's been declining since 2013. When did I play? When did I last play? I think that was around the time, actually. Or earlier. Alright, let me just keep... It's been in decline since 2013. Earlier this year at EVE Fest, its developers candidly revealed that a whopping 1.5 million players had tried EVE Online in 2015, and an equally whopping 51% of them had quit within 2 hours. They played for 2 hours and never came back? Holy crap. So there's free trial. You get a, I think... Hold on, what's going on here? Why am I... So EVE has a free trial. I think it's like 3 months free trial or whatever it is. So 1.5 million people tried the free trial, half of them quit within 2 hours. It's not that surprising, because you remember the tutorials, right? The tutorials were boring. Remember that? Remember how boring the tutorials were? So much of the gameplay is defined by what other players are doing, as opposed to being defined by the game itself. Having more people to interact and play against is crucial. That's what you think. That's what you think. See, that's the thing, like the people who make EVE Online and the people who already play EVE Online have a certain idea about what is fun about EVE Online. And we know these people, we see these people every now and then. The people who say in their bios, the best part about EVE Online is going out in a nanosecond, just blowing each other up for fun. Blowing each other up for fun, those are the people who play EVE Online. But what that means is that... Oh, crap, I click on this. What that means is that it doesn't include the people who don't enjoy blowing up strangers and watching them cry. The people who play this game are the ones who enjoy blowing up strangers and watching them cry about it. Right? Literally douchebags. And there are a lot of people in the world who aren't that. But then, because like your existing player base are all those people, so you ask your existing player base, well, what makes EVE Online fun? Why do you guys play it? What should we tell new players? But there's a real difference between the people who already play the game and the people who don't play the game yet, and that's it. Like, the people who play the game they're either douchebags or they're comfortable with douchebaggery. They might not be douchebag themselves, but they are comfortable with douchebaggery. Which means, I mean, they're not bad people, but they let it happen. And they keep playing in this environment even though there's douchebaggery. Anyway. EVE pilots seemed to recognize this a few years ago, as the community's perception of new players has shifted considerably. Really? In 2013, the rise of alliances like Brave Newbies marked an era where new players weren't seen as a liability but a potential threat to EVE's delicate political ecosystem. New players a potential threat to EVE's delicate political ecosystem? More recently, major alliances have started weaponized newbie organizations like Karma Fleet and Pandemic Horde, designed to bathe green pilots in the blood of their enemies. With the announcement of alpha clones and free-to-play, the reception from the community has been almost universally positive. That is ridiculous. Have you not seen what people have been saying? Almost universally positive. That's not what I see on the internet. I'm a big fan of free-to-play, says Karma Fleet's leader. Anything that puts more ships on the field, whether friend or foe, is a great thing for EVE. That's what you say. That's not what everyone says. Recruitment is probably one of the most important initiatives of any alliance. It's simple. The bigger an alliance is, the more soldiers it can enlist, and the more resources it can capture. But Porkbutt says that before the Ascension update, recruitment often felt more focused on convincing others to abandon their own alliances than enlisting newbies, something that Alpha Clones should hopefully solve. Talking with Draenard, a recruitment officer in Brave Newbies, that seems to be the case. He tells me his department has been swamped with applications to join since yesterday, and that sorting through them feels like running on a treadmill. Make no mistake though, he's not complaining. If free-to-play gets more people playing the game, that means more people to fly with and shoot at. That's a good thing. See, that's the thing. These are people who What? No, get over it. What am I stuck on? These are the people who feel that the best part of EVE Online is blowing other people up and getting blown up themselves. That's what they enjoy doing in life. And again, you ask the people who play the game what makes the game great. Of course they're gonna say that because that's what the game is. All the game offers is blowing each other up. That's all this game offers. And so of course the people who play it are the people who enjoy it, right? Alright, let's keep reading. And that's only the beginning. I was talking to people in Mercenary Coalition who have never really recruited noobs much. They are setting up a whole new operation and newbie recruiting infrastructure in the starter systems, and they're really trying to bring people to them. I'm ignoring those guys. Like Karma Fleet and others, Brave has created resources to help new players get into the game, including guides on what skills to train, and creating new fleet doctrines that make the most of ships Alpha clones can fly. We have tasked our recruitment and engagement teams to get out there and roll out the red carpet for the influx of new pilots. Making connections to other people has a direct correlation to pilots who have a positive new play experience in EVE Online. So we're getting out there and talking to people. I would hate to think even one person is sitting out there alone in high-sec grinding and thinking to themselves, this is it. You know what? Yeah, I'm sitting out in high-sec saying this is it, but I know this is it because I know I don't want to be out in null-sec blowing people up. I don't enjoy blowing up other people. And that's the thing. That's the thing that separates a person who plays EVE Online and a person who doesn't. Do you enjoy mindlessly murdering other people? That's the question. I've been contacted by Sister Alatura. She wants you to get back in touch with her right away. Here, take this transponder beacon with you when you leave. That way I can know you've arrived safely. Why? Why do you need to know that? Alright, we're flying back there. New player experience. So these guys think that the way to go is to drag newbies out into nullsec and get them blowing each other up. And you see it too, Like the last time we were out in nullsec, I don't know if you remember, like there were people saying in chat like GF. What is GF? GF is good fight. So in the time that I was sitting there, they were blowing each other up, and then they were saying good fight, because that's what they want to do. And there was even like a conversation, I don't know if I showed it to you, there was a conversation in chat saying, you know that guy is an ally, right? And then the reply was, yeah, it was an honorable 1v1. So when they don't have enemies to blow up, they blow up each other, and then they say good fight. So they just blow up, they blow up allies for fun. Like they're friendlies, and they're like, oh, because I mean, there's nothing else for them to do, and so they just blow. That's who they are. I mean, they're so attracted to blowing each other up that if there are no enemies to blow up, they would blow their friends up. It's like orcs in Warhammer 40,000. You know what I mean? You know, when people write novels, Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, the way J.R.R. Tolkien described the orcs is that they're so brutal, they're so mindlessly brutal, that if they don't have enemies to fight, they will fight amongst themselves and kill each other. That's literally what EVE players are. They are so mindlessly brutal that if they don't have enemies to blow up, they will blow up each other, including allies. For fun. For amusement. These are the people who play EVE. So if that's you, which I don't think you are, like if you watch my videos, you're probably not that kind of person, because I'm not that kind of person. But if you are that kind of person, you should definitely play EVE. You know what I mean? But most people aren't that kind of person. Anyway, let's keep reading this. While a lack of new players is a problem, it's more of a symptom that the source What? More of a symptom that the soul that's not even a sentence, bro. Anyone who has played Eve for all of an hour can tell you that it's not exactly the easiest game to understand. No, but just look things up, dude. It's the internet, use it. Simply learning how to fly your ship can be confusing, let alone knowing which modules to equip to it. Even if you manage to figure all that out, it only takes one wrong turn to wind up in pirate-infested space, where your soon-to-be corpse will be scooped up and added to an ever-growing collection. EVE Online's first impression is more akin to a sucker punch than a hug. Yeah, you get mugged. You walk out the front door, you get mugged. You get stabbed in the back and you get mugged. That's EVE Online. There's no real way around EVE's brutality, Nordgren said. Yeah, there is. You're the game designer. What do you mean there's no real way? You designed the game. You made it like this. If you give like a 6-hour timeout, if every time somebody ganked someone in high sec, they get locked out of the game for like 24 hours. This is a 24 hours timeout. Oh no. If they gank someone in high sec and Concord catches you and blows up your ship, then you get locked out of the game for 24 hours. So because what happens now is if you gank someone in high sec, the Concord blows up your ship, but you just go straight back into the game. Like you just go back into another ship and you can just keep playing. So if you add like a 24-hour timeout to that character, that would significantly deter people ganking people in high sec. So there's not. So the idea that there's no real way around EVE's brutality, it's a joke. It's the cop-out. It's not half true. But what I don't like is when things happen to people and they don't understand why. Well, that happens in this game a lot, I can tell you that. I think of it in terms of how can we make more people successful according to their own definition at playing EVE Online. And that includes understanding what's happening to you and why, and helping you make informed decisions. This game does not communicate very well, I can tell you that much. To address this, Ascension is also unveiling a top-to-bottom redesign of EVE's online tutorial system. CCP has always experimented with different methods of instructing new pilots how to play, but the results were always underwhelming. Ascension tries something new by using a linear story-centric campaign to teach new pilots the ropes. Designed by producer, and that's the name I can't pronounce. The goal is to use compelling characters to create an emotional bond. Stop. Use compelling characters to create an emotional bond and provide newbies with a purpose until they are comfortable enough to find their own. You've been watching me play this game. When have you ever seen compelling characters and emotional bonds? When have you ever seen that in this game? Never. That's the wrong button. Dock.
Warp drive active.
In the past, we have tried all kinds of methods for teaching you the mechanics of the game, but every time we have assumed you have your own motivation for learning it. The approach we're taking now is saying, hey, before you can even pick your own motivations, you need to get your bearings. You need to understand how does one EVE, and then you're ready to start picking your own path. It's on us to show you around, and we think the story-driven approach is a fantastic way to do it. It maintains to be seen whether Hjaltjarsson's philosophy can convince those 51% of players to stick around a little longer. But the initial reception from the community is hopeful. Now you can't. Ever since EVE Online first existed, it has completely relied on players to make things work. The whole economy relies on players to make it work. Even introducing people to the game relies on players to make it work. The game's tutorials and instructions don't do anything. The way I play, I go on the internet to look up information. Information that other players have put on the internet to help newbies. That's how I play. The game itself tells you nothing. It's utterly hopeless. Alright. No, talk to her. Royal Jelly, the rogue drone you... Actually, I'm going to... Oh, I don't want... Hold on, delay. Can I delay? Delaying your decision on a mission will end your conversation with the agent, but the mission offer will remain in your journal. If you're not ready to accept the mission right now, you may defer it and come back to the agent later until the offer expires. Expired offers will automatically be removed from your journal. Okay. I'm delaying it. I'm taking a break. I've been playing for quite a long time. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we continue. How many missions have I done here? So that's like a subheading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 out of 50. We're not even halfway through. Okay. I will take a break. When we come back, we keep doing this epic arc. And we think about what kind of game EVE Online should be. I guess if you're out there in Nowsec, there is, I mean, you cooperate with the corp mates. So the people you are in a cooperation with, you do work with them and you fly with them, and I don't know. Alright, I'll see you.